What up, everybody? My name is Zach. Welcome to this pre-recorded broadcast of me talking about health, Catholicism, me being Catholic, of course, and then a little bit about Sharon Tate, which is always mixed in, and then my reactions to reactioners, which is one last reactioner. The charismatic voice went bye-bye. She, Eva pays for that now. I don't pay for it at all. I basically cut all ties with her. I don't even listen. I don't even watch her program anymore. It's not about revenge. It's not about doing justice for Sharon. It's about doing what's right. She should have known that that was all about the health risk. Also, was not about the Beatles song, but it was about the Manson murders, and so I blocked her on Patreon. First time I've ever blocked a creator. Yeah. So anyway, massive work crazy. Oh gosh. My dad's coming back tomorrow from the Dominican Republic. It's the first time I've seen him since Thanksgiving. He's trying to sell his place, I think. I got physical therapy tomorrow, which is in Corville, and then Mass Wednesday. Thursday they filling his tooth, and then Friday I'm off, but I just got an invitation in the mail. It just went through today. It just came through today. It's got a picture of it, so that's my cousin's second cousin's. He's graduating from high school. So anyway, yeah, big weekend. Then I got 2 weeks until they do the pain med. They put it in the pain thing, an injection to the back. It hits the pudendal nerve. They've had success with it in the past. Not Dr. Wolsted's block. It's something different. They would literally. She doesn't do that anymore. So whatever. Anyway, church, we've been going to mass twice a week, and it's actually, Eva says she's noticed a change, and actually my personality is kind of made me more peaceful, a little bit more calmer, where I just am like, well, what can we do? So every other week, I come in here and get this catheter in, and I do the bi-weekly vlog on, well, why don't you do this from home? Well, Eva doesn't really like us videotaping from home unless it's like black and white, dark. And we set up cameras in our room to record our husky. So, and his reaction to one of the reactioners, it's kind of, we didn't think he could even understand her, but apparently he can. Anyway, what was it? During this mass this week, it was, we listened to Father Mike's mass, and then we went to church, and we ended up going to the 11 o'clock mass, and he said something interesting. He said a couple things that are interesting, but he said that it's the parents, the calling of every parent to get their child to heaven. That is their goal. If they succeeded, if their child gets to heaven. I was like, wow. Father Mike, I'll leave the one down below. It's a message to Christians, not just Catholics, which he does mention Catholics, but it's a message to all Christians, I think. And I'll leave the link from yesterday's mass down below. He had a lot of interesting points and a lot of points that made me stop and whoa. It was called The Last Goodbye. I think it was called something like that. I don't know, but one thing I do know. So God laid out the 10 Commandments, right? Thou shalt not kill. But then Jesus turned around and took it a step further, and he said, thou shalt be not mad at thy brother. God's in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery. And Jesus took it a step further, and he said, thou shalt not look at another woman with lust in your heart. So you don't even have to be married. She can be married. And if you look at her with lust in your heart, it's a mortal sin. Whoa. Okay. I know a lot of people are going to be in trouble with that one. This is why I only obsess with one woman and one woman alone. And I don't really look that way at other people or other women. It's just, first of all, it's wrong, and second of all, it's committing a mortal sin. So, I found some other Sharon Tate stuff that I'm going to put into weekly stuff that comes out. Kathy does a lot of posts. She's been sick lately, which I did go to mass last week, and I prayed for her and her family. So that was a big thing. Last night we watched 28 Weeks Later, and my blood pressure never went above 120, because I have like one of those fitness cuffs, and once I get to Wi-Fi signal, hooks to a Wi-Fi signal, it downloads it, and it sends it, and then Eva can look at it, and she's like, wow, the most your blood pressure spikes is when you're in traffic. And I'm like, no, that makes sense, because I don't like driving. So everybody's on the road, and everybody's in a hurry, and people, even in the construction zone, where you're supposed to go 60, and people go 75, and then I see them plow into a barrier, or the cops pull them over. So it's hard to argue with that. And I just got a text from my dad saying he was coming back tomorrow, which I didn't expect him back for another month. So he'll go with me to my second cousin's graduation party. Eva was supposed to go with me. I don't know. She's supposed to be on call that weekend, so I don't know. But we can always hope for the best. She can always go in and leave. And then I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Anyway, we've been trying desperately to get popcorn in bed to watch a Sharon Tate movie. That's what we've been focused on. We don't really care about anything else. We used to care about Denzel Washington movies and civil rights movies, but we've given up on that. That's ever since that Star Trek car moved in. It's not going to happen. They supported a movie that was about child sex trafficking. What makes you think they're going to do anything about civil rights? Yeah, it frustrates me, but what can I do? They are who they are. But people aren't going to change. They think it's alright to be a bigot or spread hatred, and it's not. It's not. You're just committing a cardinal sin. The Mormons have this great thing that says that they cannot get into heaven unless their spirit is clean. horror movies. She did Scream 7, which we own. She did Apollo 13, but she's been branching off and doing other ones lately. She did, they went to Scream 7 and Apollo 13. Cassie's doing, for Popcorn in Bed, she's doing an anime movie, which Eva has her reasons for not liking anime movies. She said that she's been in so many kids' rooms, and they were watching that stuff that she just slowly got sick of it. My reason is just, I plain just don't like it. It just seems abnormal. Like, I grew up on Disney cartoons and Nickelodeon cartoons, and you know, all that stuff anime at me. It just seems, I don't know, weird. And almost like flying a kite at night. It's like, it's just so unwholesome. And I gotta look the statistics, which I'm not gonna share because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but yeah, so, well, excuse me, that breakfast movie is not coming up. So yeah, Eva kind of laid down the wall last night, and she said that we're going to either move to buy a townhouse in North Liberty, or we're going to move to Canada. And I said, we wait for the election. If the election goes smoothly, then we stay. If it doesn't go smoothly and people steal it, then we move to Canada. And I like that. I think I like that. But, you know, you can't change other people's opinions. You can't change a Karen for being a Karen. Just like you can't change a dog for being a dog. Well, you can change a dog for being a dog, because our husky is changing. He's become more attentive towards me. He's actually taking me seriously. Our cat's, you know, and our bird is attached. As soon as Eva walks in the door, it attaches her to her shoulder. Why can't I do that? I think they pick up my, I don't know. Maybe it's my aura. I don't know. Makes you wonder though. But I will be back in 2 weeks. I try to go to church every Sunday or every day of the week, and if you go to Mass twice a week if possible. I was challenged by Father Mike Schmidt up in Minnesota, so I went every 2 weeks, twice every 2 weeks, twice every week. So do that. I love you guys. Like, subscribe. Oh, one more thing is that when Cassie said something about this community is a great community, she was actually not looking at the camera, and she was actually, I paused it, and she was actually looking down. Her eyes went down, which means she doesn't know. Now, that's not to say everybody. I think that 80 to 85% of everybody in that community is a good, moral person, but I think that the people like to watch her be repulsed, and they pay me to watch her be repulsed, and that's just wrong on so many levels. Let me tell you that. So, and all these people who hide behind numbers and letters and sports logos and buildings, and they don't show their real face. At least I put sunglasses and a hat on, but still, yeah, I got trolled for that on Facebook. Alright, everybody, may you tell God that you love Him every day. May you walk, and you know that you don't walk alone, but you always never walk alone. I have a partner, but you never walk alone when you're with Jesus. So remember that. Accept Him into your heart. Peace out. I love you guys.
Kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growin'. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do it and do-do, feeling